Yo, welcome back to the Turn My City Up podcast. Um, let's just jump right into it, bro. Suns advanced. They beat the Clippers in five. Um, obviously we got to get to obviously the that Kawhi got hurt. Um, we already know Paul George is already out, but obviously it's unfortunate because obviously, bro, like Kawhi's knees are like it just sucks, bro. It's like they're failing him. Obviously, you guys know he has that that actual knee issue where his knees is always going to be an issue, unfortunately. Um, but like I get a little upset or bothered because people, want to keep discrediting us, and I get it because people can make the case that if they healthy, they beat us or whatever. So it's just, it's frustrating because what are we supposed to do with that, bro? That's not our fault, bro. We play whoever's there, bro, and we win. Then people act like we just supposed to blow them out, like, bro, they're one of the deepest teams in the league. Um, you're not gonna blow them out like that, bro. Like it is what it is. Like, let's just look at yesterday's game. Lakers and Grizz. Grizzlies are hurt too. Obviously, their star is there, but they hurt too. They missing key pieces, and Lakers got blown out yesterday. Like, bro, anything happened in the play, bro? It's the playoffs. The eight seed just beat the one seed, bro. None of y'all, none of y'all picked that to happen. Nobody picked the Bucks to lose to a play-in team. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people got to stop trying to take credit away from us because we handled our business. We easily gonna got taken out. We didn't. We do our job. And two weird for 4 seed. 4 or 5 seed, series, those always can go either way. See the Knicks sent the Cavs home. I thought the Cavs would put up a better fight. On my first pod on this show, I said the Knicks would win that series, but I said in seven. They didn't even get to seven. They gentlemen sweep the Cavs. So um, I want to point out every game, bro. Every game you see us getting that chemistry. We look better and better together. Um, Book and Katie scored what 25 plus in every game. Real duo, bro. That's seen a stat. They won their first duo to do that since Shaq and Kobe. That's big time. That tells you how good that duo is. By the end of this, it's already shouldn't be a debate to me, anyways. But that's the best duo in basketball. It is what it is. So we took care of business. Like I said, I want to say shout out Russell Westbrook. A lot of people's been he's slandering obviously because when them a couple years he was with the Lakers and it didn't go so well. I hate that people try to put all of that on him because it's not all his fault. That roster was trash. Respectfully, roster was trash. No shooting. Even now, the Lakers shooting is just not. The Lakers shooting now just ain't up to par to me, anyways. Either like, I think that's part of the reason why they struggle in some games. That's what Brian and AD got to be on their stuff because it's not a lot of shooting over there on that team. So they lack a lot of shot making. So it was even worse than it was now. And Russell Westbrook was on that roster. He's not a shooter. So it's just it was a bad situation. For the Clippers was obviously always going to be a better situation. They have shooting, they got space. They let him beat him. He got the ball. Um, he played great in that series. He's part of the reason why that series wasn't as easy. We won at five, but all five of them games was tough. Norman Powell's a bucket. Eric Gordon still could score. Terrence Mann is a great player, great player that I feel like they should, he should always get more minutes. He just impacts the game, bro. Like I said, he's one of those I feel like guys in that that mold that they just do whatever it takes to win, bro. They make big shots, they hustle. Their motors is crazy. Like Josh Hart, I feel like Josh Kobe on the Suns is like that. Um, he was, he does his thing. Zubac is one of the best bigs in the league. I know, he struggles in the pick and roll, but a lot of bigs do. Two-time MVP does. Who we're gonna talk about soon, because that's what we're gonna see next. But on the pick and roll ain't easy, but they're a good team, bro. Like I said, people were saying it's one of the deepest teams, so I don't know why people was giving us you know, just hating on us just because they feel like these them games shouldn't have been that hard, but bro, like we still learning. We still, figuring out um that obviously like we talked about. I talked with Paul on the last one. Like the ball needed to be in Book and KD's hand, and you basically see Book's running a lot of point. KD's getting to bring the ball up more. Chris has been off the ball a lot. It needs to stay that way if we want to, get far and win the championship. We got to stay that way because he could save his legs, catch his shoe, attack closeouts. You know, we're going to put him on a more favorable matchup for him on defense because other teams are going to try to target him. But yeah, so we got we took care of business. I really should have. Obviously, I'm going to say I think we would have won the series regardless if Kawhi was there or not, just because my Book and Katie were playing at a special level. So was Kawhi, and so was Westbrook and all them. But I'm gonna choose that duo. Like I said, I believe that's the best duo in sports, and um, I think we would have ended up pulling it out. But my issues going into this next series is obviously you guys see like everyone sees it, even other people that's in different fan bases, Suns fans, like just the rotation decisions are still, you still, scratch your head. You're wondering why, no disrespect to, Landry Shaman, number 14. Um, and I feel like there's other guys who should try. Like if you're not playing well, you're just not playing well. I feel like obviously, you know, coach is pretty close to the dude, so this feels like his leash is a little longer. I feel like if it was campaign or something, campaign would have been like benched and taken out the rotation or just less minutes. It's just I don't know. I get his theory around the stuff, but a lot of it I think is just personal. He believes in the kid. That's like I said, he's close to Shamit. So, but I just feel like there's no. I think it's insane that T.J. Warren's been on the bench the way he has. He should not be. There's no reason T.J. Warren should be glued to the bench like that. He's too good of a player, bro. He's the best player on the bench. That's not up for debate to me. I'm not debating that he's the best player on the bench. Then to me, it would be a Kobe. T.J. Warren's the best and most talented player we have on the bench. This is a guy that could give you 30 for real on the night if you let him. Um, Terrence Ross, understand the Terrence Ross thing too, because he'd be a little lost on defense sometimes. But I even feel like in spots he should play if he wants some shooting out there. If guys not getting the job done, you got to try other dudes, man. If they're just not getting the job done, you play somebody else. But TJ should be the first guy off the bench every time. If it's not him, it should be Campaign. Campaign. I think Campaign will help. He only got 3 minutes last game because he's coming off injury, but he has to play a lot this next series versus Denver. Um, there's no. It's just that's really what just scared me. The coaching decisions. Monty's a great guy. He's a good coach. It's just coaching decisions. I feel like we take too long to switch things up, and I feel like stuff like that costed us a championship already. I feel like if we would have made some of the adjustments we waited too late to make in the finals, I think we would have been champions. But um, that's really what because I don't. Me personally, I don't feel like I feel like if we do those things that we play, we were supposed to play. I personally think we'll win it all. Because to me, the team I feel like that matched up the best with us and could give us the most problems was Milwaukee, and Milwaukee got sent home by the 8 seed. That's what I'm saying. So the playoffs are unpredictable. Um, for the most part, most things you always know that the higher seeds usually, the top seeds usually win for the most part. But things that happen, like that happened to the Bucks, they happen sometimes. But yeah, so I feel like I said, them, and then I always feel like the Warriors match up well because they have multiple defenders they can throw. Then they're champions, bro, 4 times. Like they know what to do. KD was there for 2 of them, so that'll help us in a potential matchup with them too. But yeah, I feel like we beat anybody. I feel like a lot of our troubles could be self-inflicted, bro. Play the right guys, starting with TJ Warren, the campaign, and the Kobe. I think those are the first 3 guys that's come to mind. They should be the ones playing. Um, but yeah, so let's go. The next series, I think we're gonna win that series. I think, like I've been saying on Twitter, Denver's not as physical on the defensive end as the Clippers. Because the Clippers, they're trying to all they were trying to do was get KD out the game, and he still, averaged like 28, bro. So Denver's obviously too is a weaker defensive team. So I just I feel like us for that series is it's really Jokic is gonna get his, but he's gonna have his hands full with Da. He will have his hands full with Da. He has before. He's gonna get his numbers, bro. He's gonna put up big numbers, but he's gonna work for him, and then he's gonna have to work a lot on the other end. Already dealing with Da. I just feel like we're gonna tire him out throughout the series because I think we're gonna attack him. The defense they play is something I think we will shred because they're either gonna stay in that drop, and you're staying on drop on Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, who are both pretty much like on fire. Like you're giving them pull up jumpers, bro. If you do that, you're not winning the series if you're giving us pull up jumpers all series. But even if they try to you know because we're gonna attack Jokic, so he's gonna be in a pick and roll. They try to have him trap or come up higher on the screen. Like that's gonna open up a lot of Da. And it depends on who they trap. They trapping Book or KD. Like he's swinging and now you swinging over there where Book or KD has like all that space. I just think they're gonna be in hell trying to guard us, bro. The Clippers were and they're easily a better defensive team to me. Um, they have more bodies and wings to throw at them. Like I'm assuming they're gonna have to put like KCP on Book because they're not gonna put Jamal Murray on Book because at times they'll guard each other, but it just wouldn't be really that smart to put because Jamal's gonna have to carry a lot of the offensive load too. Him and Jokic are their main offense, so you don't really want him on Book like that, and vice versa. But I know Book's gonna accept the challenge on Jamal though. A lot of the when it's time to what's called, he's gonna accept the challenge. We've seen him do it. He was doing it in last series where a lot of you seen that game one of the games that Kawhi did play. He did a very good job on Kawhi. Um, so they're probably gonna put guys like KCP, Bruce Brown, and try to throw that Book, and then Aaron Gordon and other guys like that. It's just I feel like they don't have as much bodies and capable guys. They're gonna have to scheme defense. Well, I just feel like it's gonna be tougher. That's why I feel like we're gonna win that series for the most part. Like I said, our for us, what I'm worried about is sometimes it's the glass for me. Like we just terrible at you know rebounding as a team, bro. And it's not always on Da because I see people always like, oh, why is Da not? And Da cannot keep some of these amazing uh, bigs that are great at rebounding too, off the glass by himself, and then try to box out other guards flying in and getting their hands on rebounds and tipping rebounds out and like that's on the other team too. Like you got to box out and then you have to rebound as a team. You just don't assume, but don't assume that Aiton is just gonna get them. We got to rebound as a team. That's been terrible. That's like the Clippers. Clippers too play small, and they was doing that to us. That should not be happening. A lot of the time, I know Plumlee and them was in there too. Like I said, I think they probably have the best big rotation in the league, bro. Just turn their bigs are good. Like what's called if Zoo's not in there, Plumlee's in there, like giving you hell. So we gotta rebound, bro. That's really what it is. Rebound and make sure we lock down the defense. Sometimes like I feel like sometimes we just get lazy and guys are just get into the rim at will. Like that can't happen. I do think thing was another thing that Clippers did a lot well was they put a lot of pressure on the rim. Powell, Westbrook, EG will try to go to the rim, even though he shoots a lot of jumpers, but he'll attack the rim too. Like they had guys that's constantly putting pressure on the rim. I think Denver is, it's a little different. Outside of, Jokic inside of every, Jokic is score from everywhere too, but they shoot jumpers like us too. I feel like we might even attack the rim more. So we might end up, you know, we might end up better in that category too. The way Book's attacking the rim, the space we're having, because obviously the word like they like to use the gravity that KD's attracting and all that. Like it's that's gonna be a good series though. I don't want to say that. I know a lot of Suns fans think we're gonna smoke them because I do think they're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle guarding us way more than I believe the Clippers did. The Clippers did a cool job, but even then, Book ended up giving. It's just tough, bro. We have a lot of space. We have smart players. We have Chris Paul still making smart plays. Aiton, you trying to leave teams leaving Aiton alone, and Aiton, he's getting going now. Like it's a lot to deal with from our starter standpoint. Like I said, and then Jokic is always gonna be in that drop, so Aiton's gonna be able to pretty much get what he wants. Like it is what it is. So I think we're gonna beat them in six. I actually feel like we might steal game one. I think that's the one we might take. I think we'll split in Denver, and then we'll see from there. But I know a lot of people are like worried about the minutes our guys are playing. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. I get it, but like I said, Book and KD especially like missed a lot of time this year. They don't have the same like mileage on their legs from playing like the full season. They missed a lot of time this year. So did Chris Paul. Aiden even missed some time, so they'll be all right, bro. They're fine. They are just fine. Um, like I said, I think that'll get a little better too once we're playing like the guys. I think we should be playing like a Kobe and Josh, same person. Look, I'm tripping. A Kobe, TJ, Cam. Those are guys I feel like should be playing, a lot. I think this next series too. I don't know if we should. We'll see, but it might be tough to have Biombo on the floor, but we'll see. Um, this might be a Landale series, but we'll see. Just because Busy's great on defense, great. It's just the offense sometimes, it's tough. But depending on how he's playing, sometimes he's okay on offense. But then you bring up the fact that it's his free throw shooting is so bad that it's kind of hard to have him out there. Um, so yeah, I got us in six. It's gonna be tough though, a tough six obviously because they can score too. That's the main thing. They can score. Jamal could go for 40 at any moment. We have to lock in on him. He's the one I fear the most. I know that sounds crazy, but I think Jokic is going to have his hands full, dealing with Da. I know he's two-time MVP, but he struggled with Da before, and I think Da is going to step up to the. He's going to step up for the challenge once again and rise, and give Jokic hell on both ends too. Like he's going to have to make. Like, Jokic is going to have to guard and keep him from scoring. Like it's just a lot. I think we're. That's the main reason why I think we're going to beat them because their best player is going to. He's going to be like I just believe we're gonna like wear him down as the series goes on. It's a lot that's gonna be going on. So for he's gonna be in every action. He'll have to deal with Da on the roll. He could be out in the perimeter being tired. Then he has to do a lot on offense. So that's why I said we gotta pretty much just slow Jamal down and make sure the others aren't getting like what's called Jokic get his or whatever. But I just feel like eventually he'll run out of gas because he's trying to keep up with guarding us and that's why I think we'll end up, winning that series and we'll end up going to the West Conference Finals. But enough about us. I want to talk a little bit about these other series real quick. Um, first off, the Bucks one is crazy to me. Like, let me look at some of this stuff. These other series. The Bucks one is the craziest one. Obviously, that's the one everyone's going to be talking about because obviously the Bucks got sent home by the AC, the play-in team. Mind you, too, the Heat lost a play-in game to the Hawks. And they looked bad in that game, bro. This man, Jimmy Butler, just didn't let them lose that series. I understand Giannis only played 2 games, but he played, and if they win those 2 games he plays, like obviously he's different series right now, different situation. But one seed going home like that with a guy like Giannis in his prime is crazy. It's crazy. But Jimmy Butler was just the best player in that series by far. Like, it wasn't even close. Like this guy's really. Like people say the playoff Jimmy said it's not a thing. I feel why you say that though, because I'm somebody I'd probably say the same thing. Like it's not a thing. Everybody want to step up in the playoffs. Though. Nobody want to go home. Everybody want to win. Everybody want to try to win a championship. Um. So yeah. So the Bucks went home. Um. I guess mentioned earlier, Cavs got beat. I'm not really surprised about that. Because I picked the Knicks. I just didn't think they would lose. I didn't think the Cavs would lose in 5. I thought they put up a better fight, but the Cavs others they just don't. They didn't have enough. They wasn't ready. pretty much. Like Donovan Mitchell's one of the only guys on that roster that's been through wars, and it showed. There's gonna have a few cool games, but even he struggled a little bit. Mobley struggled heavily. You know, he only in his second year, so that's not a shocker. Jared Allen struggled way more than I thought he would. He's been in the playoffs a couple times already, and he got straight up destroyed by Mitchell Robinson. All they bigs did, but Knicks just had more than them. I think with the Cavs' main problem is they don't have any wings like at all. Isaac Okoro is cool, but they have he got to work on his offense a little more. He can't really be out there just because he's not giving you anything. They're leaving him open. Like not being able to shoot, obviously we see every year. Like it's it's glaring when it comes to the playoffs, bro. Glaring. They're gonna leave you open. They're gonna leave you open. You can say the same thing about the Lakers because they're gonna leave Vando open, and that's why Rui's been getting a lot of the minutes and been balling too, hitting threes. Like sometimes these certain teams, like that's why I believe like the Lakers do end up getting by Memphis, and which I believe they will because I think Ron and them are gonna take care of business this next game in LA. But I feel like they get to us or Golden State, like we guard too well to where you can't have a guy like Vando out there like that just because we're the Lakers already struggle with shooting and shot making. So you letting us just double up on Braun or AD because we're just not guarding Vando. It's gonna be tough for them to score. So just because Golden State and us, we're gonna score. We have guys. We have. I believe they got two nuclear weapons over there. And I believe the Suns obviously do too. Like we've seen. Um. So obviously the Celtics and Hawks are still a thing. Trae Young put on a show the other day to extend that series. Um. I got Tatum got to play better. I just feel like some of the reason why he struggles sometimes in some of these playoff games is he just completely ignores the mid range, and then he gets into his mode like if the rim's shut off, like he's settling for jumpers, not even just 3 point jumpers. Settling last game was terrible. I want to say he was like 2 for 10 from three. Like you should shoot a lot of threes, but bro, I feel like the die should be mixed. That's why I feel like Book's always like one of the best playoff performers because bro, he's scoring from everywhere, and the shot that most teams give up in the playoffs is literally his bread and butter. That's why he's going to kill you. He's going to cook you because bro, you just know how to guard him. And he's putting way more pressure on the rim than he ever has because he has more space because Kevin Durant's out there. This is something Suns fans has been saying though. Like once he gets another guy like that he would take off even more. And we're seeing it. I think he's gonna be on fire like this for the majority of the playoffs, bro. As long as he's healthy, because KD's gonna always get that attention. And then if he doesn't, now you leaving KD over there alone. We know what he does. One of the best ever. So it's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough to beat us. Um. So yeah, like I believe the Celtics and Lakers end up getting out of their series. Um. I'm not counting out either team though, just because I've seen like Ja and Trey got hard, bro. Ja and Trey both got hard, so they're gonna make it tough. A lot of people probably thought both of their series was done, and they both got the job done. They both got the job done. Then the Warriors, I personally probably think the Kings are done, but I don't even want to count them out yet. But I think they're done. Um, I said after they missed that Harrison Barnes missed that game winner in Golden State, I thought they was in trouble then because I feel like they needed that game. Like they needed to put the Warriors down, put the champs down, bro. Like get them in a nice deficit. And I think if they won that game too and they went back to Sacramento up 3-1, I think their energy momentum would have just been different. They still put up a fight this last game, but I just think the momentum of all that would have been a lot. I think it would have been. I think they would have actually been making three because they've been horrible from three this series. I think that would have turned them up, but yeah, I think they sold, bro. I think they're done. I think Golden State's gonna get out of that series too. So can't wait for Saturday because that's when the Suns series starts. Things wide open because a lot of people see Milwaukee as. I'm pretty sure they were the favorites. I'm pretty sure they were favorites in most of these in Vegas and all of that. These sports betting stuff. Like pretty sure they were favorites. And if they weren't, it was the Celtics. And everybody's beatable. Bro. So I think this is like, and I always say I think it's about star power. And I think we got like just the two dudes we have, bro. That's a lot to deal with. That's why I'm so confident. I just feel like it's a lot of it. Like I said, our stuff is just self inflicted. Again, people are talking about our death, but like I said, our death looks bad because of who we're not playing and who we are playing. Like, it is what it is. No disrespect, but we gotta stop the personal. I think we let the rotations. I think it's off of like personal, like who the coach likes and all that. And that's cool, but if they're not producing, you got to try something else. That's what the playoffs is about. Adjustments. Can't wait too long and like that'll get you beat, especially these next couple rounds. Bro. That'll get us beat. Play the right guys. Play the guys that'll keep us above water while some of the guys are sitting and getting rest and all that. Like you just need them. You just need them for a few minutes to keep it together. If there's guys you're putting out there for that few minutes and it's just bad. They're doing nothing, bro. Like you can't, like you just can't keep playing them. You have to stop it. You have to stop it, bro. Switch it up. Um, I believe on the game tonight is I want to say it's the Hawks and Celtics. So let me look because obviously the NFL draft is today. So let me look before I freaking make a prediction. Let me make sure that's the right game. That's on. Yeah, that's the only game on today. Is Celtics at. They're going back to Atlanta too. Ooh, ooh. This might be unpopular. The Hawks might force this to a game 7. I think DeJounte gonna try to come back because I didn't like what he did. I think he's doing too much. I feel like you're trying to like punk a ref or something. I think he's doing too much, bro. So he got suspended. You can't bump a ref too like that. But I think he's gonna come back and try to hoop. They're gonna be Atlanta gonna be turned up because they know what Trey did last game without DeJounte. I think that crowd might be ready. I have one of their best crowds, but ooh, I'm going to Atlanta 4-7, man. Now I do think they're still gonna lose the series because I think they'll go back to the Garden and lose, but. I think that would be a lot of pressure on the Celtics, though. So if I was the Celtics, I would try to get it done tonight. Prove me wrong, but I think Trey and DeJounte are going to rise today, and they're going to force a game 7. That's my prediction. I'm gonna leave it there. Um, Actually, let me do this one more. Let's do one more thing for the. Well, honestly, there's only there's other series still going, so I can't actually do all predictions for the next series. But I think we'll win our series. Ooh, I would have to predict the Heat and Knicks. That one is hard. I might keep going on my Knicks. I've been on the Knicks bandwagon since the series started because I believe in Jalen Brunson. But the way Jimmy's playing, bro, it's hard to pick against him. It's tough. It's tough to pick against him. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough, rugged series, boy. I'm gonna keep rocking with the Knicks, bro. It's hard to though. I'm just thinking about it like, dang, do I want to? Because I'm not disrespecting Jimmy. Jimmy gonna do what Jimmy does, but I believe in Brunson too. I believe in guys too that get to the media. That's why I think Jimmy does so well. He's gonna get to that. He's gonna start making threes in the playoffs. He's gonna get to the cup, get fouls. Him and Book has easily been the best two players in the playoffs. I'm gonna go with the Knicks. I'm gonna keep rocking with the Knicks, man. My X factor in that series is Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart gonna be the main one. Jimmy gonna get his regardless, but I think Josh is gonna be the one on him, and they're gonna be the ones getting into it. And Josh does the little things. Josh Hart does the little things, bro. He makes big shots too. He makes big shots. I think Milwaukee, for the most part, that series, on part of the reason they lost that series, like they half court offense was just disgusting. Like when your best player obviously don't shoot or whatever, they're pretty much taking the rim away from him, and then Then even if he's getting to the rim and he's getting fouled and he can't shoot free throws either, that's tough. I think that's gonna be a little different for the Knicks. It's gonna be a different cover for the Heat. Um, RJ Barrett's gonna have to hoop though. Like I said, he's been a little. His game is just. I'm not a huge fan of his game because I feel like I said about shooting, like he got to learn how to shoot some more, especially come playoff times. He's always gonna struggle in the playoffs. They gotta at least get a midi, get a real good midi, man, because he can get to the cup. Get you a nice midi, work on your spot up threes. But he has to hoop because he could. If he's just bad and he just can't score, and that makes it a lot tougher for the Knicks. Like he got to be able to do something. I think Brunson and Randall will do their thing. Hopefully Randall's cool because he twisted his ankle, turned his ankle last game, and he didn't come back. But hopefully he's straight because they're gonna need him. Or my pick's not gonna what's called. But I think he presents some problems for them too, and he's not backing down either. Neither him or Jimmy are backing down, so I'm not even gonna be shocked they're gonna get into it this series. But I'm gonna go with the Knicks in seven though. Because I'm pretty sure obviously they have the home court, so that's really why I'm giving them the edge. Madison Square Garden gonna be jumping. I think Mitchell Robinson actually is gonna him and Bam gonna be battling. He's been an energizer bunny for sure. So yeah, them the only ones I could really pick right now because other series are still going on. So yep, got us beating Denver, and I got the Knicks beating Miami, and I'm gonna just end it there. Hopefully, Suns, Saturday, like please play TJ. I am starting a free TJ campaign, bro. Get TJ off the bench, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? Having a guy that's that capable of scoring like that. He rebounds, he runs the floor. He's not terrible on defense. He has a bigger body. You could throw out there on people. Free TJ Warren, bro. Get him off the bench. That's the way I'm gonna end this. Free TJ Warren. We already look like it's hard to guard us and dang there and stop what we do. Just free TJ. Keep Chris off ball. For majority of the game. Let him attack closeouts, catch shoot threes, make decisions that way. I'm not saying never run his pick and roll or slow it down sometimes, just know when to do it. When things are getting tight and teams making runs, there's no reason we should not be giving Kevin Durant or Book the ball, but especially Kevin Durant. I feel like he could have been utilized a little more. I know the Clippers were trying to deny him the ball and playing them junk, nasty defenses, but I don't think Denver will have the. They might try the same thing, but I don't think they have the personnel to even try to keep doing the same thing. If they do try that, like I said, Book's gonna cook them too. Free TJ Warren. We'll just end it there. Appreciate y'all for listening. Look out for the next episode. And